Om. 47th Sutra of the Vibhuti Pada. A wonderful sutra it is. Grahana Sarupa Smitanvayarthatva Samyamad Indriyajaya. Grahana Sarupa Smitanvayarthatva Samyamad Indriyajaya. Grahana Swarupa Asmita Anvayarthatva Samyamat Indriyajaya. These are the words combined. Grahana is grasping. Grahana is grasping. Grahana buddhi, a grasping buddhi. Grahana it is. Swarupa, one's own nature. Swarupa. Asmita, asmita, I amness. So Grahana is grasping. Swarupa is one's own nature. Asmita is I amness. Anvaya, we have seen, is a relatedness. Arthavatva is purposefulness. This word also was coming regularly. Samyama is the samyama, performance of samyama. Indriya Jaya, mastery over indriyas. Indriyas are the senses. And Jaya is the mastery. Whenever we talk of indriyas, two indriyas are very popular. That is karmendriyas and the jnanendriyas. 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas. But there is also antarindriya. Mana, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. They are called as the antarindriyas. This is a normal terminology in the non-yogic understanding, especially in the Vedanta and other books, other shastras. But when we say indriyas here, predominantly it is the jnanendriyas. But indriya jaya means not necessarily jnanendriyas, but also karmendriyas. Of course, antarindriya also can be included, because chitta we are talking a lot about it. So indriya jayat, mastery over the indriyas. The rough understanding of the sutra is mastery over the sense organs by performing samyama on their power of cognition, on their real nature, on egoism, on all pervasiveness and its functions and its purposefulness. Means, if there is a particular indriya is there, samyama on the power of its cognition, grahana. What is its power of cognition? On that grahana, on that grahana shakti, samyama on that grahana shakti. Then, samyama on its real nature, swarupa. Then, samyama on asmita. Then, samyama on its relation between swarupa and asmita and grahana. Then, samyama on the arthavatva, purposefulness of this particular indriya and its swarupa and its relatedness. Then what will happen? Indriya jaya, mastery will come. So gaining mastery over indriya is not that easy. I have won over my indriyas. I can control my indriyas. Indriyas are in my control. We can say, but it's not that easy. As this particular sutra is a complementary to the sutra number 44, which talks about that sthula sarupa sukshma anvayarthavatva samyamad bhuta jayaha, when we spoken that. So this particular sutra is complementary to that, and also a continuation of what we have seen in the earlier sutra. the 5 stages on which samyama in relation to the sense organs. In the 44th, we have seen the stages of samyama on the bhutas. Here it is on the sense organs. The grasping power of the organ, the nature of the sense organ, the asmita of the sense organ, its relatedness, and arthavatva, purposefulness of the sense organs. The 5 stages on which samyama is to be done. Then the senses will be under mastery. Indriya jaya it is. Jitendriyatvam. Not Indrajit. Indrajit is a worst man. But Jitendriyaha it is called. Hanuman, Anjaneya, Mahavira were described as a Jitendriyaha. Buddhimatam Varishtaha is called. And here it is that Jitendriyatvam. So, mastery over Indriyas, not one Indriya, on all the Indriyas, is not an easy job. In the Viveka Chudamani, Adi Shankaracharya describes beautifully that there are animals which meet their end by attachment to their own particular sense. But human being having 5 Indriyas, how difficult and how dangerous for a man if he doesn't control our Indriyas. And this Indriya Jayatvam is a very important dimension which is not only very much necessary as a yoga sadhaka, and is a very, very important aspect of the Vibhuti Pada. The 5 senses have been developed out of the ahankara, out of the I amness. And this I amness has to be conquered, or samyama has to be performed on that, so that we gain mastery over the Indriyas. Because Indriyas are born out of ahankara, a sense, kapti asmitatvam. And when the asmitatva is a very subtle aspect, and sukshma it is in the development of the Indriyas. And there, the combination of the Tanamatras, which we have seen earlier, all these relationships, Anvaya, and their purposefulness, Arthatva, that is a very, very important dimension. And on that samyama, on all the aspects of the Indriyas, one gains a mastery over the Indriyas. And this is very nice to just have a refreshing memory that the Indriyas are like controlling the Indriyas or pressing the Indriyas or holding the Indriyas without sublimating, without subjugation is more dangerous. This is a caution. It is like standing on the head of a snake. As long as we stand on the head of a snake, we feel we are safe. But the moment foot is removed, the snake will bite. Sublimation, subjugation is needed, not just a forceful controlling, a forceful holding the sense pressures. In the Ramayana, at the end, when Ravana was shot by Rama, Mandodari comes to the war field, and instead of being angry on Rama, she becomes angry on her own husband Ravana. Seeing that dead body, she says that you are killed by your own weakness of the Indriyas. It's a very, very pertinent suggestion an aspect of the Indriyas. So Indriya Jaya is attained, achieved by the samyama on all the aspects of the Indriya. How Indriyas are tormenting us, how Indriyas are overtaking us, how Indriyas are making us to lose our discrimination, our intelligence, how we become a prey to the weaknesses of the Indriyas, how we become weak to our temptations, how we become subjects of the demands, commands, and come under the control of the various powers of the Indriyas. And if we alone contemplate, perform samyama on them, then alone we become masters of our own Indriyas. Though in the beginning Indriyas control us, but we can become masters of the Indriyas. Though Indriyas are the masters of ourselves in the earlier stages, but we can be the masters of the Indriyas. As a standard example is always given, like the horses will be running and they are directed and controlled by the ropes in the hands of a very able charioteer. That's very important. And let us conclude this particular sutra here and let us try to be Jitendriyas. And the technique is given by Maharshi Patanjali in this particular sutra, number 47. Grahana Sarupa Smitanvayarthatva Samyamad Indriya Jayaha. And let us see the other sutras. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.